Hey all, this is Xenoxis. Welcome to the Grindspots video for basically part 12. And we're gonna continue on where we left off, which I did say that we were gonna do yesterday, so we're gonna continue on this file here. But basically actually what I wrote down, because I found my old Final Fantasy VII notes and stuff that I've written down all of the fights that you can do. But this is supposed to be the one where you have entered the water, basically. But I kind of wrote it up in a wrong way, because basically it's like when you go into Junon, right? When you go into Junon there, like after defeating Bottoms, well, like you can get one of the encounters, and that's the one with the peace ring. But then also, once you enter the water, then you can go back. And this is technically the same one, because I did not enter the water, right? Like this is off the bottom, so this should have been the peace ring reward. But I've already gotten the peace ring, so it's the next battle, so it's like weird, so I'm doing it in a weird order, but yeah. But one thing that we're going to be doing, by the way, one thing that we're actually going to be doing, because, although I should probably change my equipment around to do this, we're going to take, but it doesn't matter if I use Skiva or Shokamog, but I think, I forgot, can Shokamog kill though? Early on is the question, if it can or not cover. I might actually slap on steel here. Maybe restore right, just in case. I thought about slapping on enemy skill, but there's no enemy skill in the forest. And by the way, I am going to be using that, and there we go. So, one thing I thought about is, what if we first, before we do the Fort Condor battle, what if we go and recruit her? What if we go and recruit Yuffie? But because here's the thing, right? The only Grindspots where I'm not gonna recruit Yuffie should be the Grindspots basically where we also, yeah, it's really bad that I haven't gotten the enemy skill there with the whole Mathematic, but you can actually get that from the guys in the place. From the guys in the place, yes. Perfect sense. Oh no, what the poof! And this is gonna be good for money as well. So yes, so let's do this. Yeah, and it can be a bit dangerous to do it with Claude only, of course, but Claude will be able to get, of course, get some stuff here. And I believe the XP will actually be lower, because this is normally the 300 XP battle. No, but it is still a 300 XP battle. I was used to think, right, that you receive more XP, right, when you're not a single character, but that means, for example, that we could get Claude to like much higher level and stuff like that. See, we got the encounter 2 times in a row, that's really good. But the question is, does this bug out the game? I'm definitely going to save into the other slot once we get you, because here's the thing, right? The other characters are now at the point of where we jump up on Mr. Dolphin or whatever, you know, and stuff that. Because we did go and get the stuff, we did go and get the whole thing, but we declined using Mr. Dolphin, basically. You just declined it, you know, and stuff that, and that's when you get that thing. But I thought it showed up here, the item you do get, because you get a whistle, right, technically. I thought that would show up in the key items, but maybe it doesn't. But yeah. Alright, and these are the guys that I would definitely want to steal from Cross Flash. Okay, and I will probably steal from this guy. We're probably gonna have to kill the other ones. Get used to those less attacks so I can steal more often. Actually, I did more damage to the one in the back row there than I did to this one. So this one should be better to steal from. On there, I need a new plasma rifle. On that it needs a new plasma rifle. On that it needs a new plasma rifle. How much? Okay. man. Really? Dude? Ah, boom. Boom. Haha, defeat the United States Abbott. Defeat the United States Abbott. There we go. I had the boomerang at least. Yeah, we used up one of the deadly waste. That's good. Now the thing is though that I don't know if it's possible to reach a certain place at a certain level, because the last encounter in, of course, which is on this two, when you like do the whole fight where you can get Imperial Guard, you know, if you let them get invaded, you can get, of course, the Imperial Guard. It's a pretty decent armor, except that it's not the best armor or anything, but yeah. Of course, certain armors also, I don't remember if I talked about it last time, but there's a few armor I've actually written down it in the comments, by the way, on one of the YouTube videos. I did write down like the armors that I could give you stats and stuff like that. Like proper stats, like Edding Court gives 5+ magic, Wizard Bracelet. By the way, Wizard Bracelet was really bad before magic defense got fixed. I didn't even know that magic defense had been fixed, you know, and stuff like that. Before, you know, and stuff like that, but, you know, we did a video on it, of course, you know, or you know, I talked about it last time, you know, and stuff like that, and, you know. Because the thing is, like, the Wizard Bracelet, like, it's horrible defense-wise. But the strength of the Wizard Bracelet is that its magic defense is, like, one of the highest. I think it has, like, 85 magic defense or something like that, which is pretty insane. But technically, the Fort Bracelet is better, because the Fort Bracelet is very similar to the Wizard Bracelet, except it's the same, basically the same magic buff. Yeah. And sometimes it takes a lot of attempts here before Yuffie shows up. Yeah. Because I do remember, I think it's dependent on your level, or whatever kind of where you are in the forest, but, you know, sometimes you get it because you're on a certain encounter number. There we go. We got the rare thing. We got the Fat Chocobo. Keep in mind that the Fat Chocobo is not wind elemental. Fat Chocobo is actually non-elemental and stuff that when it happens. It makes it actually so that Chocomog can actually be used on Demon Wall and do decent damage. Well, not really super high damage, but the thing is, like, Demon Wall is supposed to be, like, really, really tough and stuff that, like, you're supposed to use, like, limit breaks on Demon Wall. Like, non-elemental magic also works, so, like, Bahamut does a lot of damage. Odin deals way less damage for some weird reason. But it also depends on your level, of course, of the summon, you know, and stuff like that. And of course, the bad thing is that Temple of Ancient, for example, like, we're gonna be doing a lot of, you know, different grounds, you know, in the Grindspots videos, but some of them are gonna take a lot of preparation getting to, but I'm only gonna focus on this one stuff until I get to 99 on at least some of the files and stuff that. But keep in mind, of course, that the point is not, you know, normally for normal players to get to 99 at certain of these spots. But the point is like, okay, like how quick can you reach level 50 in this spot? How quick can you reach level 70, right? Is it even doable, right? And if the timer can now go over like 99 hours, which I think is maybe something that they have patched into the game, because it definitely looks like the timer could go longer now than 99 hours. Like being able to see exactly how long it took, for example, like it definitely looks here like there's way more room there where the time window is and stuff like that, but yeah. Also keep in mind, for example, selling all materials sells for 1 million gil, for example, but that's not the best materia, I think, in terms of like making money and stuff like that. It's actually very good because it allows you to basically only get the kills on Claude. So we could technically get Claude's limit break without having to worry about the other characters, basically, pretty much. We still haven't seen Yuffie. Maybe they have thought about this and not make it so that you can get Yuffie when Claude is solo. But gaining a few levels here with Claude is of course really, really good, because, you know... okay, wow, it's rad to see this again 2 times in a row. But I always used to think also that summon materia, from my understanding, I don't remember where I read it, but somewhere back in the day, I think it was a gaming magazine or whatever, there was somewhere where it said that the more you use it, the faster it grows, or something like that. Which I'm guessing is that they didn't understand how double growth worked, that they didn't think that the double growth on the weapon doesn't like do what it says, or that you, or something like that, the more you use summon materia, the quicker it grows. So of course, sure, you can only use it once now, right? But when it has 2 stars, for example, you would gain more AP from using it twice in a battle, or whatever, right? If the enemy survives, of course. So maybe it's not possible to encounter it. I know that you have to get a certain encounter number, or whatever it is, I think, for Yuffie to show up. And sometimes you're actually closer to the encounter number and stuff like that, but yeah. But maybe it's not possible. I mean, it will be interesting if it's not possible to get Yuffie at this point, you know. That would be interesting, of course. But I forgot, because I think that when I say that might have reset the counter number. Whatever, yeah. Because of course we're going to be using elemental and fire and stuff, that is going to become like really important. Now the question is, do we get the Force Stealer, or do I go for the HP plus materia? The thing is, of course, the only way for me to get the HP plus materia on this file, because we're going to do the early Junon grind. Sure, I'm allowing, you know, going into Gongaga, just so we can get the, because I am going to be using Katsit in the grind. And that is because Katsit doesn't have the best magic stat, but Katsit has very high HP. But the funny thing is, yeah, Katsit has high HP and stuff like that. Katsit is supposed to be a tank character. Yeah. Okay, but that's because of what a Katsit are. Because the people will say, oh, it was introduced in Final Fantasy VII. That's actually untrue. Technically, Katsit has existed for longer. But it's, I think it's a mythology thing, what the Katsit actually is supposed to be, or whatever, you know, which is probably why you pronounce it the way you do, or the way it's supposed to be pronounced. Yeah, that's Chocobo again, nice. And it's not even a 2 stars yet. Man, of course, like if I were doing this, for example, with a double growth weapon, then, you know, things would be way better. So 600 at level 16. So how much, so we only have 2 things that reduces the HP, so it's 4% less HP, but yeah. So we're getting high potions from this as well, but yeah. But Boomerang is pretty good. Peacemaker is, of course, a double growth weapon, but that which is important. But I don't know, of course, how long we have to get encounters for to get Yuffie here and stuff like that. Because I do think that sometimes it can feel like, oh, it takes forever. Yeah, POS doesn't show up there because all of the party members supposedly are in a certain location, and maybe Yuffie has moved on from the forest. But here's the thing, right? You can go to this forest at any point and get it. But the forest where you will get encountered the most is actually, you can technically miss her until Midel, but then you're guaranteed to almost get encountered, depending on how close to Midel you land. As long as you get encountered, the very first encounter you get in Midel will almost guarantee be but also if you miss Yuffie, you will almost guarantee getting her before you go to Temple of Ancients, by the way, so yeah. That's something to remember if you don't want to get like Yuffie early on. But here's the thing, like, grinding here is something that is, I would say, like the Junon Forest or the mines are the first area you would actually want to grind in normally. And stuff that just because they die to a Shokamog, they die to the enemy skill, to mathematic basically, and stuff that, which means that you can farm up all the limit breaks to level 3. stuff that fairly easy. There we go, that's the blade beam. Got then that's very nice. I'm not actually trying to go over to the small tiny forest because I think I'm not 100% certain that you require less encounters in the small forest. And this is where I've also said in one of the small forests, I think there's an encounter where only you get 2 birds and stuff that there are more encounters in. Yeah. I would like to go to the bigger one. Yeah. But I think that there is a certain specific encounter number that you will get it on. But maybe for some reason it will count as Yuffie being in Junon even though you haven't unlocked Yuffie yet and stuff that. It would of course be really bad and stuff that because then we have missed out the chance for us to get Yuffie, of course, like getting it early and stuff that, if that was the case. It seems like it's specifically that fight on the score getting Fat Chocobo and stuff that. Oh, I forgot what the formula is for Fat Chocobo. I think it has to do with luck or something like that. But it has to do with extract as well. Oh, Fat Chocobo again. 2 times in a row, man. The damage just slaps and rats. It's pretty insane. Okay, so now we need luck. Okay. So we have 8 defense percentage now at this point to say. Alright, I have forgotten to do this. Blade beam. Leap. Leap. But here's the thing, right? If the encounter numbers, it's at a certain thing, because I think it has to do with encounter number, because sometimes you can get Yuffie within like the 3 first encounters or whatever almost. Sometimes. Basically just doing this to get up the so I think it was twice in the previous encounter. This is now, so we've done it 3, 4, 5. I think this is the 6th time, or we got it, or we got the master. Okay, yeah, master is of course really good because it's very powerful and stuff like that. So. But it can sometimes of course feel like it's taking forever to get it, and I have had times when I think I counted like something like 30 encounters or more, or 40 encounters before Yuffie showed up. But I also think that that it depends on which forest you're in. It's a bit scary to move between the forests. But I don't know if that resets anything or whatever it is. I forgot exactly what encounter numbers it is, but yeah, but the people say, oh, we can take 35 encounters or whatever. Normally that's not true, but I think it's on a specific encounter number, so it's not like 25, or it's not like, oh, it's on even numbers only, or it's when it's like 11, it's when it's 22, it's when the battle is like 33 or whatever, right? Because then it would be every 10 battles. But it's instead like, I think like every like 50 battle number. So when you're on your 50th battle, you will get it. When you're on your 100th battle, you will get it. Or something like that. You know, maybe. You know how close you are to a certain encounter number. But yeah, but it's curious if they actually thought about this because this would lead to a bug. I'm pretty certain, right? If we would get Yuffie because the other party members have of course left the party and stuff that's Claudius on his own. But if we would recruit Yuffie, then he would have Yuffie with him. But that wouldn't work when you're in the other place, but yeah. And it's not that Yuffie leaves the area because she's, you know, in the area and stuff like that. And keep in mind, you can only get her in forests. You cannot get her somewhere else. And And I mean, even if we cannot get Yuffie here, we're still getting a lot of money and stuff like that, and that matters a lot for the Fort Condor stuff. You know, maybe he's closer to the edge or something like that. But you can see here, as I've said, you know, there's only those 3 encounters that you can get here, aside from the Yuffie encounter, of course. Stuff that, which is what makes this area so good for grinding. But of course, you never see this as a place that you grind after a certain level. You don't ever grind this place anymore and stuff that, you know, it's interesting. And keep in mind that once you go into Junon, because after this basically, because basically I have it written down here, so battle number 2 is of course prize peace ring, and Junon, after entering the water with the dolphin but before jumping onto the pole, that's when you get Fort Condor. But battle 2 says after boss fight but before entering water with Mr. Dolphin, so yeah, that's when you get the peace ring. And it was before I entered the water, but it was after the boss fight, yeah. And this is now when I declined going into the water. So that did also work, you know, that the whole why decline going into the water. That's the same thing as going into the water, because otherwise I wouldn't be able to get this encounter. And this victory, by the way, should give you 3 tinctures in the game, which is basically 3 ethers. So yeah, so we get some of the money back. And then the 4th one is after bugg, you head back before Cosmic Canyon. And then you get the Mega Elixir. And then the next one after that, it jumps from battle number 4, it jumps from battle number 4 to battle number 7. Because there are going to be certain encounters that you don't get. Or whatever that you just cannot get. You cannot get like the 5, 6, 16 counter for whatever weird reason. You know, stuff that, like there are certain encounters that you cannot get. So yeah. Okay. Actually, let's. Yeah. I can do that. I mean, theoretically, we could also go and do the thing. We might actually go to the shop, hopefully, right? Because I don't think that it's possible to miss the encounter unless you go past a certain point and stuff. That's yeah. So we can set up course 6 of those. We can see 6 high potions and stuff like that as well. Boomerang would only worth 700. Peacemaker would be worth way more and stuff like that. But yeah, that's good. Because this would mean that this will be the final encounter that you could get in Fort Condor, right now at least. And the next time is going to have to be when we go back to it. We might actually do it without the triple speed though, so I can show you how you do it normally and stuff like that. Without, I really hate it how you have to kind of go like here to even talk to him and stuff like that. So that's the line. As you can see here, you have a catapult, which has 18 attack, can throw stone far off, can't move. This has attack 20, but it has, you know, can roll a stone worker, can set a bomb, low power. I've never used that though, can repair any. So it's basically like a healer. But yeah. But how much is the stoner? 480 for the stone, 480 for that. always fast people variant. Regular use and weaken of stronger opponents. Has the highest AP peaceful variant with survival. It's kinda better to start with those basically. You start with those and then you see what you get. So there's one of those there. So we want to have a shooter go for that. And then over here, we wait until we get close here. There we go, and we have an attacker now. Because normally it's never hard when it's luck. Because this guy is gonna get killed the Wyvern before the Wyvern reaches us. And then this attacker here is gonna now be able to go and take care of this guy. Because see, when you're running the normal speed, then there should be absolutely no trouble of doing any of this, you know, and stuff like that. Because then you won't get overwhelmed in the same way as well. And yes, we are gonna have to, of course, let them get kind of close to certain things and stuff that, like, and then we put down a shooter here. And we destroyed. Here, and we destroyed. Go there. Okay. Shoot it there and this guy's gonna die from one more shot though. But I wanna make sure that they can come a bit closer as well, you know. Okay. Because eventually, of course, it's going to be a waste if I set up all of those and then they won't get to like fire off any shots and stuff like that. That would be really bad. Let's maybe go up here. Down a shooter. Down maybe an attacker as well. Stop him with this shooterino guy. Oh, he's damaging the stone first. He goes here. But I kind of want to try and separate them here, but yeah. Because the thing is, of course, you can make catapults work and stuff that, but, or, you know, rollers and stuff that, but then it's like, you know, what the enemy decides to focus on is different, you know. Go away with those. It's a bit scary allowing them to get close, of course, because, you know, because normally, you know, you want to keep them in an area where, you know, they're gonna take, you know. Okay. I forgot the head. Done that here, there's bad. And you destroyed. Okay, these guys need to go off this guy now. This guy can go. I think he should be able to kill both of them though. Be able to do some problem now. Yeah, the catapults was probably kind of a waste, you know, and stuff there, but still. So now it seems like we're gonna have to. This guy is gonna go for this guy. Technically it's good for them to actually wait there because depending on what route, like if we can get him to get hit by catapults at the same time basically, we want to move him over here. Okay, that's good. I can move up here. Don't. Okay, good. we can get hit by those catapults, for example, I can probably move them over more in this direction here so they can, you know. It will become great for us. Feel that catapults. I think I can also like I can change to like the direction and stuff that. But there we go. And now we need to go in. I think that's gonna be, yes, he gets it now. I will just throw everything at him. Throw everything at him. What the heck is he doing? He's turning into weird sluts man. They have to get so close to me as well. Okay. I wonder if we have softened him up enough though, is the question. I don't want to waste too many here though. Isn't there a way to sell them also somehow? Like, or do you get stuff back? Problem. The catapults can kill him now, pretty much. Did I do that? Halt and attack. And there should be 3 tinctures. So that gave us 3 tinctures. So what's that? 3 ethers. Nice. So, I mean, we used a lot for that encounter. But keep in mind, of course, that the cash we got back was a lot for the catapults, I think. So yeah, so 3 ethers, of course, selling for 2,250. So depending on how much you spend during the battle, you know, is it possible to, you know, go positive from it? You know, I went from 28,000 there down to a lot less, of course. But of course, keep in mind that if you play casually, you know, you're probably gonna have quite a lot of cash at this point. So then you're not gonna sell the ethers and stuff that. But yeah, you know. But that's pretty much all the fights you can do. At this point, at least, these are all the fights you can do. So yeah. So I wanted to show you there that it's easier to do. Now, of course, normally you wouldn't wait for the enemies to get that high up in position, of course, and stuff like that. And keep in mind that every single of the Fort Condor battles is possible to do. Just, you know, soul stuff. The map, or they disappeared. I thought about going back and getting a certain thing, but then I would have to get past Metal Solomon. That would be a bit annoying, so yes. So let's go inside. So the thing, there is a specific strategy. I think I showed you it during the Let's Play and stuff like that, but you know, the Let's Play we're not going to be able to finish because, you know, that was back on the old console, even though I still have it like plugged in and stuff like that, you know, and stuff like that. I think I have it plugged in, but yeah. you wanna jump with me instead of shore? And you press the square and you press it twice, and then you immediately get it correct. But yeah, but that encounter was for that specific thing, right? Because that was dragon under 3, because it features 3 Tinctures, and then the next one is after Buggy but before Cosmo Canyon, and then the next one is Battle 7 after that, Rocky Town, after talking to Shara for the first time, but before talking to Shara second time when Rufus arrives. Whatever that means. But I'm guessing that it is supposed to be that you go and talk to her before you go to the rocket or whatever. That's what that actually means. Because when you talk to her like after you have gone to after you have already been to the rocket, for example. After you have already been to the rocket, then if you go talk to Shara, then that's actually the second talk, because that talk is basically like, yeah, you know, like when Rufus or when Sid goes in there and he says, oh, I'm gonna work on the tiny bunker or whatever, you know, and stuff there, or you know, yeah, it's just, you know, like you need to go and talk to her first, basically. So. And basically it's all about getting into the correct thing, because sometimes you won't get the correct thing because then you cannot get the high scores here. For example, like you need to do a very specific thing in order to, you know, have it show up. Yeah. And then and there is the cannon, which Rufus will fire in the inauguration in the remake part 2 and stuff like that. And you see how small the high wind is in comparison and stuff like that. And they can actually see parts of the town down there and stuff like that. Like they were very smart with how they did the cinematics in this stuff like that. Sneak in when you see the back of an opening. But here's the thing, right? You cannot go too far back, or you know. Because you're only supposed to press forward here now. Why am I not getting it? I don't know why I was pressing the button there, but yeah, but you're supposed to walk through and then use, you know, but maybe it was just that I wasn't walking there. Yeah, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, there is a really, really good thing you can get. You can actually get money, I think it is. It's the reward you really, really want, or the ethers or whatever it is. There's a lot of ethers you can get, but it doesn't really matter, right? It's only good when you're lucky doing a speedrun and stuff there, but yeah. Because there were at one point that I knew what to do and most of that. Keep in mind when it says a left turn, you only need to press left. You don't need to match what direction they're actually going in, because also they will mirror there because they are on the other side there, you know, and stuff like that. Attention dismissed, yeah. And there are some stuff here, of course. There are some stuff you won't be getting here, and other stuff. So, yeah, so grenade. You can sell, of course, but that might be actually worth keeping. So you can get sense, you can get seal here, you can get heal, you can get revive. Get the revive and get the seal. So the only two really you need here. So just a seal that has lethal and silence, meaning once you get stuff like added cut or added effect or whatever it is, you can get sleep and silence on a weapon. This is of course one of the more powerful quote-unquote magic, but the more powerful magic spells, of course, as you can see, -5 max HP. But it gives you 2+ magic, but it also gives you less strength and less, vitality, so that's important to remember. And stuff like that, so yeah, that's very important to remember. Right, and then you can go in here. This is one of the weapon shops. This is where you can get hard edge, a grand glove, atomic scissors, stocking staff, diamond pin, and boomerang also. Is in the same category. Diamond pin, I however don't know if that's stealable somewhere, but all of these are stealable. All of them. Hard edge, grand glove, atomic scissors, stocking staff, but I don't know where diamond pin is stolen from. I have no idea if that's later or if we're already past where diamond pin is stolen, Are they smoking there, or are they like gambling or something, but yeah. Yeah, I say, oh, why not get those weapons? Yeah, but, absolutely no point in doing that, and stuff like that. Like, there are some stuff that can be worth getting here. But we actually, this is the most important place, of course, to go into, because in here is, if we... That's the worst thing with 3 times speed, it's easy to use. You get Mind Source, you get 135 Soul Leader, you get Luck Source. Luck Source is very important, by the way. Luck Source aren't very, very common at all. You get the Power Source here, you get the Guard Source. You get all the sources. Then you have to make sure that you also, we go, and it says about 135 soldiers here, like, one attack soldiers, 12 in the set. But even if you get, like, you can get way over 12. By the way, it's not that, oh, there's a specific amount, because you can grind for infinite amounts in a certain location. That's where you get the second enemy skill material. But it's very nice. Second enemy skill material is super important, of course, so you can have 2 characters get enemy skills. Now the place where you normally do grind, by the way, is actually here. It's because this alarm will active and stuff like that, and this your of course elevator isn't working. Right under the system burning duct and the underwater micro reactor and stuff like that. So this is the alarm that you would activate, but you can only activate it after you return to Junon, because obviously, things are kind of fucked up. Then we go in here. Here, of course, you have Helena here, you have Reno there, and you have, of course, their leader. And that's, of course, Shinra member bar. That's like a very, very specific bar. Then in here, of course, you can rest, and you actually get a cheaper price, because you are soldier, and stuff like that, otherwise you have to pay more and stuff like that, so yeah. And this is, of course, a material shop. And there's some okay material there. You don't get like a special discount in any of the shops, so yeah. Yeah, you can get your glasses, so you can protect yourself against darkness or sleep, and stuff like that, but they're not worth the price on 3,000. So the actual darkness can be a bit annoying, but we're gonna see how it was really annoying. It wasn't super cold last night and stuff. That it wasn't super cold or anything, you know. Because I really like it when it's cold during the night, so I can have like the window open, you know, and you know it can help, you know, because it gets hot from the PS5 and not from the television as well, you know, and stuff like that, yeah. Because the speed source are extremely reflective with yellow color and stuff that, but yeah. I expect there would be any siblings and stuff like that. And you get the one that was over here. And that's the second one that you get, the second one that was over there right now. Two of them. We're actually saving all the sources for one specific character and stuff that. And of course it's another weapon shop. But here you can only get the machine saber cannon, ball, material cloth, metal staff, and metal clip there. You know, if you want to get more of them, you know, but yeah. And one 35 soldier of course sell for quite a bit. But you can also, for example, sell the sources early on if you really need money and stuff like that, because you used, you know, grand for sources and stuff like that, yeah. I mean, the fact that they sell for 250 is decent and stuff like that, but you don't want to sell any of the sources at all, because yeah. Usually it's best to actually dump all the sources into the same character and stuff like that. But yeah, we want to make sure that we get 60 points here. Alright, it's time, turn hot. Cross. Oh, cross 3 times in a row, man. Circle. Left face. Back. Cross, I mean. Square. And then it doesn't matter after this. Use turbo speed. And you can of course do different poses depending on what you do, you know. HP plus material, because the thing is like HP plus material costs like 8,000 gil to get in Cosmo Canyon and stuff like that. Like HP plus material is expensive and stuff like that, so you know, depending on how much you want to grind, of course, you know. Because you know I don't allow you to go to Cosmo Canyon, of course. But here you're not allowed to go to the last thing there here. And normally here, if you have Yuffie, you can get a lot of points, important points here with Yuffie on the cog boat. Like if you want to get Yuffie, for example, and get the sequence, that's like way more work and stuff that to do it, you know. Yeah, she's guarding an all material basically, so yeah. But you give Yuffie, I believe it's a hyper or a tranquilizer, I forgot which one it is. To give her maybe it's an ether, but yeah. What do you mean something's missing? So the ether calls for 750. So the ether is worth 3 times of the power sources and stuff like that. But yeah, let's just move all on Claude here. and you need to talk to that guy specifically. That's actually how you advance the thing, because then you go and talk to Aerith again, and she's hoping that Barret doesn't do something stupid, which, you know, is classic Barret. And then now you can go in here, and Barret is also really mad in this costume. Barret's kind of mad. Wrong with you. Right, and we use, because now they've gained a few levels as well, so we want to use P grind, and we want to use, I think we want to use R actually. Do we do the setup first? We might have time to do the setup. So he won't spin the front row, not any other character, so right, he does a magic comb still, right? Yes. So we put Shokomon, Shiva, and HP plus material on him, because it's very important that that gets double AP as quick as possible. Cloud we use with Elemental Fire in protection, all Restore, and then Earth on its own. Actually, if you go Elemental Earth, I believe then you're using the weakness against, you know, because you know he's a big character and doesn't like to be. Yeah. So all are nice there. Actually, I would really need to put. I'm not gonna put Earth there. We're gonna put Steel there actually. Normally I would put long range there, but you know. So put Sense maybe, all, and Lightning, and then put all and Earth maybe. Yeah, see, you don't have a lot of slots, so, you know, not a lot of material getting used there, but yeah. They do allow you to rest here though, right? I'm tired. I mean, that's worth actually getting for that, for the full luck restore and stuff like that, but yeah. You want to trank up here though. Can't see the I might actually even put him in back over there. Okay. And we're gonna stop now, and then we're gonna start the next recording.